Hi everybody, this is the Cosmic Reader, and today we are diving into the pages of Absolute Batman. This is one of DC's biggest comics in the last 2 years, and it's written by Scott Snyder with art by Nick Dragotta. This new DC universe asks the question, what is Batman without his riches? And to be honest, this new middle-class Batman seems a lot more cooler than regular rich Batman. He even looks more menacing. I mean, just look at the guy, look how big he is. Big Hoss, you handsome devil. I didn't know they cast you for the new Batman. This dude is 6 foot with huge muscles. It's like he's been juicing himself up with all of that venom, all of that Bane juice. That's gotta be the only explanation for why he's so strong, because there's no way a regular guy can just punch a hole through this punching bag like he's Captain America. On top of all of that, the one thing that this Batman has over the regular Batman is that he actually still has a mother. His dad was still gunned down, but his mother's okay. So I guess Bruce Wayne will finally be able to celebrate Mother's Day though. And another thing is, since Bruce ain't no rich boy, that means he doesn't have a butler. So what does that mean for Alfred? Well, in the Absolute Universe, Alfred is still an MI6 agent instead of a retired one. Another bizarre thing that's different from the regular universe is that now most of Batman's rogues gallery are Batman's friends. Like some characters that you wouldn't expect Bruce Wayne to be friends with, like Edward Nygma, the Riddler, Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, Waylon Jones, Killer Croc, Harvey Dent, which we all know to become Two-Face in the future, and of course Selina Kyle, the infamous Catwoman. I really do like the history that's shown in this book with him and all of his friends, because you could tell that they all care for each other, and they were all there for Bruce when Bruce lost his father during a zoo shooting, when his father, who's also an elementary school teacher in this universe, died while protecting all of the kids. It's gonna be very heartbreaking to see them all turn against Bruce in the future issues. To give you guys some context of the story here, Roman Sionis, the Black Mask, with the help of his gang, the Party Animals, are the criminals that run Gotham. And Batman, following his typical crusade of vengeance and justice, is trying to end Black Mask's reign. And the way Batman goes after these criminals, I would argue, is kind of even worse than how regular Batman goes after criminals. He might still not want to kill people, but he's not afraid to chop your hand off. One of this Batman's gadgets is his emblem that turns into a big axe. A Bat-Talax, if you will. Aww. He also has spikes on his back, and he could take off his bat ears and use them as knives. It's so weird that this version of Batman does not kill, given the amount of deadly weapons he has in his arsenal. He might not have the resources that typically Batman would have, but he still has the intelligence that you would typically see Batman have. For example, after Alfred and Batman have their first confrontation, when they meet again, you'd see that Batman modified Alfred's favorite shotgun into a non-lethal weapon that shoots out batarangs. And somehow, this guy whose career is a construction worker finds time to turn a dump truck that he found into a bat tank. Like seriously, when does he find the time to build a bat tank? One thing I have to talk about is how beautiful a lot of the art is here. The thing with a lot of the artists that Scott Snyder works with, I have a feeling that Scott Snyder just tells his artists, make everything look like it could belong in a metal cover. Like, make it all dark and edgy and cool and gothic as much as possible. And all of the artists he's worked with really nail it. And luckily so does Nick Dragotta. If I have to say something here though, I wouldn't recommend having children read this book because there's a lot of images I don't think parents would want their children to see. But for adults, I think this is a fun read. So yeah, if you're an adult, I recommend that you pick up this graphic novel or any of the single issues in your local comic shop or in the DC Comics app. With all that being said, subscribe to the Cosmic Reader and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified for whenever I upload my next video. Also, go hit the like button as well as the hype button. The hype button is really cool. It's YouTube's new way into getting smaller channels noticed. So if you really want to support this channel, go ahead and hit that hype button. But also share this with anyone you know who wants to get into reading Batman. And with all that being said, this has been the Cosmic Reader, and I'll see you in the cosmos.